Okay guys, in this tutorial we're going to talk about the Kirchoff laws, that is Kirchoff current law and Kirchoff voltage law. In this, beginning with the Kirchoff current law, I want to talk about the nodes, the branches and the loops. So we're going to use the nodes here as well as the branches, okay, and the loops. Now, in Kirchoff current law states that, let's see, we have a node here, okay. Now, the amount of current entering the amount of current entering this node here is equal to the amount of current leaving. Let's say we have a party where everybody has to come into the party, but now at the end of the party people have to go. So the number of people who have entered into the room, into the hall, must be equal to the same number of people who have to leave the hall. Okay? So yellow name is 1, I1, this I2, I3, and I4. So now we need to first identify which current is entering, which current is leaving. See that I1, 2, and 3 are entering, seeing the direction of the arrows. So we can see that I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equals to I4, which is leaving. Okay, I4 is leaving. So this is Kirchoff current law. Say in a node, the amount of current entering a node is equal to the amount of current leaving the node. Now, in case of the voltage law, Kirchoff voltage law, you will apply knowledge from the loop. Okay? So we have a certain value here, V, R1, R2, and a certain I1 here. Okay, now, in this loop, we can choose the direction in the clockwise or anti-clockwise. But let's go clockwise. Okay? But now, Kirchoff voltage law states that the sum of the voltages in this circuit are equal to 0. Sum of all voltages, and from the Ohm's law we know that V is equals to I arrow. Okay, V is equals to I arrow, and you can easily realize that the current flowing here is going to be the same through the whole loop. This is already telling you that when resistors are connected in series, they have the same value. Okay, but however they have different voltage values. So in this case here, I'm going to have V. Well, here, since we're moving from negative to positive potential, now it all depends on you whether you are positive or negative, but I'm going to take this one as a positive value, and then I'm going to equate it to this other value that is current times I. This is my EMF, and this is my potential difference. So V is equals to I1 R1 plus I1 R2. This is simply Kirchoff voltage law. Now they can ask you the same question in a different way in an exam, or ask you to state Kirchoff first law and Kirchoff second law. This is Kirchoff first law and this is Kirchoff second law. Okay guys, so this is the main thing about the law. In the next example, we're going to take some other questions to solve. Now, there are some particular situations where you're going to have another loop here. Remember, we don't have only one loop. In this case here, we're going to have V equals to I1, R1. But in this case of this R2, we're going to have R2 into, let's just say here we have I1, here we have I2. Okay, so it's going to be I1 R2, here R2 times minus I2. Since we are working in this loop, we're going to take I1 minus I2. If we're calculating the applying Kirchoff voltage law in this loop, it's going to be I2 minus I1. So we use the nodes in case of Kirchoff current law, and use the loops in case of Kirchoff voltage law. Okay, guys. In the next video, we're going to take 2 or more examples to solve on Kirchoff voltage law and Kirchoff current law. Then in the next video, we're going to talk about resistors connected in series and in parallel. And please, my sincere apology, I promise that we're going to talk about resistors connected in series and in parallel in the second video. But I end up realizing that we need to know, there's something you need to know, that is when the resistors are connected in series, having the same amount of current. And in deriving the formula, we need to apply the Kirchoff voltage law and Kirchoff current law. So I end up having to switch in play and work with the Kirchoff law first. I hope you understand that. See you in the next video.